Hello, hello, hello. My name is Victor Garcia. I'm going to be your biology 2402 instructor. I'm going to be your instructor, your professor, your teacher for anatomy and physiology the second. This is going to be the summer course. It's going to be a short course. It's going to be only 6 weeks. And you have to take advantage of every single opportunity. You have to take advantage of the short time we have. You have to invest some quality time for this course because it's a anatomy and physiology is not an easy course. And it's going to be online. We're going to be using this system. You already know it's the D12 system. And the most important part is going to be for you the content of this system. Then uh, every single uh, evaluation, every single content, every single presentation is going to be here in content. I'm going to start talking about the syllabus with you. Our syllabus is describing the rules that you have to follow and every single policy that is going to be needed by you is going to be available here using the syllabus or the links available in the syllabus. Again, my name is Victor Garcia. Victor Garcia, I'm going to be your instructor in this summer 24 course of AP2 2402, Biology 2402. If you need to be in communication with me, the best way to do it is going to be the email. And this is the email victor.h.garcia-martinez at Lonsar.edu. And the only required material is going to be the lab manual. Again, the only required material is going to be the lab manual, which is going to be the Human Anatomy and Physiology 2 Laboratory Manual. And the authors are Anupma Gupta and Mary Susan Allen. And Anupma Gupta are the authors. And I'm going to share with you later the link because it's going to be a digital lab manual. It's the only required material. The rest of them are highly recommended material, but not mandatory at all. Actually, if you are following these instructions, it's going to be better if you get the Human Anatomy and Physiology textbook by whole. It could be the 15th or 16th edition. But if you don't want to get it because it's expensive, you don't want to invest in that textbook, you can get any textbook of anatomy and physiology. Is going to be equally useful. And I'm going to share with you some free material, which is going to be the OpenStax. Is a digital material, is online, is available. You don't have to download anything to your computer. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to pay any affiliation. You don't have to do anything but read your material here. And it's going to be the same material for every single textbook. Again, the only required material is going to be the lab manual, which is going to be in your D12. I'm going to show you in a minute. If you go over all the things in your syllabus, important things, you can check here every single policy, which is going to be useful for you. Regarding the evaluation, we have the grading scale is going to be the usual. If you have more than 90%, you're going to get an A. If you have more than 80% to 89, .9 it's going to be a B. If you have a 70 to 79.9, it's going to be a C. If you have a 60 to 69.9, it's going to be a D. And you require a D at least in order to pass this course. In order to know how it's going to be distributed, the points for this course is going to be up to 1,000 points. We have 4 lecture exams. Each of them is going to be 125 points. It's going to be 12.5% each of them. We have 3 exams for lab practicals. It's going to be 30% of the grade. And it's going to be distributed between the exams, among the exams, and the your job in the lab manual, digital lab manual. And finally, we have the final exams, which is going to be 20% of your grade. At the very end, that maybe it's going to be the last 2 weeks, I'm going to be giving you the extra credit activity, which is going to be building a video, and I'm going to be showing you how to build that video, what is going to be the learning outcome. It's going to be 5% of your grade. And that is going to be extra 5%. Obviously, it's not included in your total evaluation, and it's going to be an extra credit. The other thing I would like to share with you guys is going to be if you want to have a makeup exam, it's impossible. We have no makeup exam. You're going to take your exam online. You're going to have a window of 48 hours to take every single exam. And I'm going to show you the dates for these specific exams and your windows. Then again, we have no makeups for exams. We have no makeups for lecture exam. We have no makeups for lab practical exam. We have no makeups for the final exam. Another thing I would like to share with you guys about the syllabus, if you want to be dropped voluntarily because life happens. Maybe you had a problem with your family, with your work, you were changing your job schedule or whatever situation you have. If you want to be dropped voluntarily, you are responsible for it. You have to be filling that paperwork. I'm not responsible for that dropping. I'm not responsible for filling any paperwork that you need in order to be dropped voluntarily. In another case, if you're failing more than 10% of the activities, you're failing more of the 10% of your attendance to the exams or the attendance to any specific activity, I'm going to be dropping you. And that's going to be my responsibility. Again, if you want to be dropped voluntarily, it's your responsibility. But if you're failing most of the courses, most of the exams, most of the activities, I'm going to be dropping you. Another thing I would like to show you guys, you have any policy that you need, it's going to be reflects here in the syllabus. This is a policy. The second thing I would like to show you guys is going to be the schedule. Give me just a second to show you the schedule. It's going to be a tight schedule because we only have 6 weeks. Remember, it's a summer course. It's not that long. A regular course is going to be 16 weeks. This one is going to be only 6 weeks. Then I would like to show you in a minute the schedule, and that is going to be in your content page in D12. Then here you have different activities in your schedule. And this is an asynchronous course. You don't need to be present for every single meeting that we have. Actually, our meetings are not mandatory at all. You only have to follow the instructions in your announcements, in D12 announcements, and you have only to follow the evaluation that we're doing. Then here in this schedule, you have already the dates that you're going to be assessed. And you have every single lecture exam, every single lab practical exam. They have the dates. And again, you're going to have a window of 48 hours to take that exam. If you're following the instructions in announcements, if you're following the content, if you're following the evaluations, you're going to be successful. Again, your evaluation is going to be 4 lecture exams, 3 lab practicals, and those 3 lab practicals are including the work in your lab manual. The lab manual is the only required material. It's mandatory material. And the final exam is going to be 20% of your grade. I would like to show you the content as well. In your left side of the screen, you have the presentations from Cheer, which is the highly recommended textbook. Then you have chapters 13 to 24, which is the last one. And we're dividing these chapters regarding the different schedule that you have for the exams. Then you have some specific reviews. These are questions we're going to be using for your lecture exams and for your final exams. Some of them, about 70% of them. And then you have the material for the lab practicals. And here you have every single lab practical. Remember, we have 3 lab practicals, and you have the material here. available for every single lab practical, because we don't have face-to-face sessions because this is an online course. You're going to be using this material for the Biology Learning Center and this material in order to label your structures. You need to know the labeling of these structures. And you have all the resources you can consult, such as the reviews and some of the things, some of the links you can check, some AgroHill animations, some other links related to your lab work, and some of the things such as the YouTube homework channel. At the end, I'm going to be giving you the learning outcome to be developing, recording a video about a specific learning outcome. And you can see here, you can watch here some of the examples. These are YouTube videos, and we're going to be doing something like this. But instead of AP1, it's going to be about AP2. That's the only difference. Some of you were working with me last semester or in any other courses. And it's going to be, this is going to be your extra credit. This is going to be your 5 extra points for your final grades. And so far that it's it. I'm going to send you as soon as possible more information. Please be aware. You should be using your announcements in D2L as a main source of information. Remember, if you need to talk with me about anything, send me an email to victor.h.garcia-martinez@lonsar.edu, and I'm going to be answering you in less than 24 hours. I promise you, guys. Let me know if you need anything, and I'm going to be with you. Remember, this is a short course. It's only 6 weeks. It's going to be asynchronous. You don't have to be with me in every single meeting. Every single meeting is going to be recorded, and it's going to be uploaded to the announcement. And if you have a different online access because you don't have the time, just follow the instructions. Just follow the announcement instructions, and you're going to be fine. You should be successful if you're doing every single evaluation. If you're not failing any evaluation, you're going to be fine, and you're going to be successful in AP2. I'm going to be with you every single week, at least once a week, and I'm going to be recording with you every single session. I'm going to be showing you the most important things to be considered for every single exam. And I hope this recording is going to be useful for you. See you in a couple of days. See you. Bye-bye.